Welcome back to the MK10 YouTube channel, where today we're gonna start at my team career mode. Fully, first race and everything. This is part 1, last part was part 0 on F123. As you see here, we are going onto our flying lap. Just some disclaimers for this video. I am still finding what difficulty to play on, so the first couple of races are going to be a bit out of whack of what I really want them to be. I really do want to be like fighting from the back, so just bear that in mind. But before we even get fully into the race, please smash that subscribe button, ring the bell to be notified whenever any video goes live. That's also shorts, and just leave a comment down below of what games you like me to cover. As I made a point in my last video, I will be doing my team, career mode, and breaking point 2 videos, so just stay tuned for them. I know it's a bit of a slow release. The game released halfway through the week and I was still working, but I'm going to be onto that grind as soon as you see here, we have a very clean lap so far. I'm still trying to get used to this handling model, so it's you will see some really out of whack driving. Here I thought gasoline was going to hold us up. Moved our way perfectly. If he held us up, it would have put us in a more realistic position. But as you see here, we have a very good qualifying lap. Ended up going first, but then obviously Lewis right behind us takes that position, which thank God. We end up going into the pits and we start the race in 8th, which is not too bad. Obviously it's not realistic for what car we have at the moment, but just wait, and as I find it the right difficulty to play on, we will have the right upgrades and all that coming through soon. Yes, I mean, we have a very good start there, jumping from 8th all the way up to 3rd. It was a very good launch. There was a bit of a contact with some of the cars as we came past, but it's motor racing for it. It's going to happen. Like I said about getting used to the handling system, our last sequence of corners were awful. We're still able to hold Perez slightly to the outside, but he just sticks with us and just uses that Red Bull raw power to get past us. And as you can see, this is basically just going to be what the race is. Me holding up cars until they get past us. And once they get past us, it's just basically I'm holding up the next driver, and then the next driver, and then the next driver. But we do get some great defending in this video, some great re-overtakes, some slipstream. So it's showing promise for later on in the series. As you saw in the last video, we are running a Ferrari drivetrain, so because of that we are a lot faster than most of the back of the grid. That's purely because of the powertrain, but because we took powertrain, we're going to be working at durability first. That'll be the first facility that we will be upgrading, and that's why also we're so fast on the straights, not including using the slipstream and the ERS. But as you see here, this sequence, I get it out of whack so many times. Now this is the sequence where the drivers will catch me up on. Because I believe realistically this car it should be qualifying around 15th on a good track, 13th to 12th. You see here Russell is out of the race 2 laps in. I believe it was a mechanical error. So they're out, there's something mechanical happening to them. So that puts us right back up to third. But for how long does that keep us in third? We don't know. Well, I know, obviously, because this voiceover is in the past. This is happened. I already know the result. But Max goes fast and then Perez goes the fastest lap. We don't. Because of how poor our first sector is. At the tail end of the first sector, beginning of the second sector, we don't have the best sequence. One thing I'm excited to see if there's any red flag. If there's any red flags that happen, that's what I can't wait for. Can't wait for the new flag system later on in the series. You see here we have a poor sequence and Leclerc just storms past us, but we'll be able to outbrake him on the inside and keep our position without damaging ourselves. Obviously, it's later on in the race, it does get a bit more difficult for us to keep them behind us, because we do get slight wing damage from defending against Leclerc and then defending against Hamilton. As I said, we do spend a lot of time falling back down the grid. And as you see, we only do medium races for this season, because I just want to get as many videos out as I physically can, and that is the best way I find to get the videos out, is be on a medium race length. We do short qualifying and medium race length. Just as a pre-note as well, the Breaking Point 2 storyline will most likely be recorded live and then divvied up. You see here, we go for the overtake. We do, I believe our back tyre does hit Leclerc. Not enough to damage him. I think my back tyre hits his front tyre, but that also gives Hamilton a way in. I'm not 100% sure if I gave Leclerc wing damage or not, but it is what it is. We just have to continue racing. They do fall back by a full second. So they will catch up very, very quickly. Very, very quickly. We did upgrade one of our durability parts, I believe it was the MGK. And then we did do a powertrain piston, because we had a high morale for the powertrain, so I decided to put that in, because obviously at the moment we can only do 1 part per racing week, or 1 part per department. So we will be working durability as much as possible, but we will also believe we're going to do powertrain first. And with that, we do jump ahead to the end of lap 5, where Hamilton has caught us up a lot, taking us on the inside line, but we're able to keep it around the outside. He goes into our front wing, which obviously gives us the position that we're able to keep our line. There was nothing wrong we did there. We had that corner was ours. He should have conceded or gave us more room. And then I completely failed this corner. That was no pressure at all. That was just me completely failing the corner. Completely fluffing it up. As you can see on the map, the train that we have behind us, we are literally doing a Alonso here. And then we do an awful sequence. Doing that sequence bad just shows. As you can see as well, Leclerc has overtaken us, so we do have this Ferrari look above behind us. Because that corner, we took that I say we took that perfectly. I do believe we still took too much curb on that corner. A little bit too much curb. And then this corner we start drifting now because these tyres are getting to the end of their lifespan. And we will be moving on to the mediums. But before we even think about that, we have to defend again from Hamilton. He doesn't have the spirit to try and overtake us yet, so we're able to keep that position there at that moment in time. And we know, because he didn't attack us there, it's definitely going to attack us on the straight, as you see here. Beautiful overtake by Hamilton, nothing you can argue about. So we go for the switchback. It wasn't the best of switchbacks, but we left it way too late to brake. And then he gets the position back. And basically that's what happens until we go into the pits. We just continually, he overtakes us, we go back, he overtakes us, we go back at him. You see here, after the pits, we only lose one position because everyone else around us was on softs, so they pitted at the same time as us. But Stroll in that, the beautiful Aston Martin this year is a powerful machine. It's catching up to us, and because he's catching up to us, he's dragging Sainz along with him. And he goes to a pretty rogue overtaking spot, but he does it beautifully. I see him coming, so I do back off, and then I decide if I back off now in that point of the corner, I can use the power to slowly straight past him, and it only just works. It shows you how much straight line speed that Aston Martin actually has. And then just out of the corner, look how fast Sainz is catching up to us. He had nowhere to go, so we was able to keep our position because Stroll was there trying to take us from the other side. I couldn't move, because if I moved, then I literally would have gave Sainz a free pass. So we jump ahead again to the end of lap 15, well sorry, mid lap 15, because all that was happening was me holding Stroll back, and then I make a massive mistake like this, which brings them all right back to us, because I was making this kind of a gap because they was too busy battling each other. So I was like, yes, this is my time to try and get away a bit. And then I completely fuck it up. One corner, you can fuck it up. You can fuck your whole race up. He's sticking around the outside. I had no choice to back off slightly. And this time I wasn't able to try and use a power. So I try and use my ERS to catch up. But I do slightly. But I wasn't going to go for a dive bomb. Because I knew if I went for a dive bomb, it didn't work. Sainz just got past us. Shinoda's got past us, and it would have been a complete waste of time. And as you see here, Sainz and Shinoda, they're battling but also trying to get past me at the same time. Sainz goes for it with respect. To be fair, I should have given him room. I was but it was kind of a late dive bomb, so I was already in my turn in motion by the time he went for it. But with that, Snowden does get past. We jump to the end of lap 20. Alonso's got past us, Sainz has got past us, Stroll has passed us. You see here, I'm trying to get at least one more point. But it does fail, and I just have to keep Ocon behind us so we can get 8th. I'm able to do that. And with that, please hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you all back down at the range.